Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is FPL Roxas, and today I'll be sharing my Game32 team selection. FPL has been quite eventful recently, with injuries piling up and a game week set in the middle of the week. I'm one of those managers that have suffered from these sudden injuries, so in this video I'll be showing you guys who I'm planning to replace them with and how my team will line up for Game32. As usual, feel free to like and subscribe if you found the video enjoyable. Alright, let's start the team selection video. I forgot to mention that I wasn't able to upload for Game 31, so here's a quick review of how I performed during Game 30 and 31. So in Game 30, that was when I used my wildcard and completely revamped my team. It was quite successful as I got a total of 77 points, leading to a green arrow from 1.2 million to 900k. Still quite a bad rank, but it's still a good start post wildcard. Having chosen Isaac over Darwin really made a difference as he scored 2 goals and an assist, totaling 15 points, while Darwin blanked. Muniz, as my short-term punt, did really well as he scored an amazing last-minute equalizer in the Sheffield game. Palmer performs as usual, which is nice. Salah, however, had quite a few chances missed, which made it frustrating to watch, but he did end up with 1 goal, so that's alright. Bradley got 4 points through the 2 bonus, and probably could have had more, as he also was involved in a lot of big chances. I got my captaincy right in Son, so that's great. Areola getting a groin injury and Lascelles getting an ACL injury was something I never expected. Their priority transfer out from my team. But other than that, a great start to the wildcard. And for Game 31, it's currently still going on as I'm recording this video. I started at Nuri over the injured Gusto, and that worked out great as he scored the equalizer for Wolves and totaled 8 points, which is huge. Isaac is my only other player that has returned as well. He nearly had extra points for an assist, which was then ruled up for offside. But 8 points is already a really good return. All my Spurs assets has blanked, which I did really expect from a game against a weaker defense in West Ham with Areola out. So far, I've got a total of 22 points, which currently gives me a green arrow from 900k to 700k. If the rest of the players in my team performs, that's going to result in a bigger green arrow. The opposite could give me a red arrow. I'm hoping for the best, especially in Salah, who I have as my captain against Sheffield at home, which should be easy. Moving over to my transfer targets, as you can see, it's mostly transfer scenarios targeted towards replacing my injured players, Areola and Lascelles. It's boring, but it's what I have to address for my team specifically. Even if they are my bench players, I still need to keep a strong bench for future game weeks, and especially for Game 37, where I'll be using my bench boost. For you guys who have them both as well, I do believe that they are priority transfer out. I've got 2 players who I intend to replace Areola with. First is Onana. He's a bit on the expensive side in 4.9 million, but he doubles in 37. The double is expected to be against Arsenal and Newcastle, which are, of course, very difficult fixtures to get clean sheets from. However, he does get a lot of save points due to the amount of shots United tend to concede. Owning him would be pretty much a double-edged sword. Against Arsenal and Newcastle, he could get like no clean sheets but get a lot of save points, or he could just have a bad game and concede a lot of goals in 2 fixtures. So it could total like 6 points in the first scenario and maybe 2 to 3 points in the second scenario. I still think that he's a really good option just because of the potential save points he could ramp up, but he's on the more expensive side and it would reduce my money in the bank even more by bringing him in. I'm emphasizing more on my transfer budget as I'm going to need those to upgrade a few players in my team for the future doubles. The other player that could replace Areola is Verbrugge. He's 0.5 million cheaper than Onana and also doubles in 37. However, Brighton does rotate their goalkeepers a lot and he's not guaranteed to start the games in the double. I'll mainly consider him because of his price. Having him replace Areola would not affect my transfer budget as much and would give me a lot of more flexibility for my future transfers. Now, my last transfer target is a player that I'm very likely to replace Lascelles with. That is Van Hank. He's cheap and he starts most games as long as he's fit. I'm going to need a player like him for my bench boost in 37. He doesn't really have anything special about him, as he has barely any goal threat, and so far he has no goal involvements in the season. A clean sheet is the only thing like we could expect from him, but that's probably unlikely to happen as much with Brighton's defensive struggles this season. Even so, I still have him as my favorite option to replace Lascelles, due to his price and, of course, his double 37. Here's how my team will line up before I make any transfers. Starting in goal, I have Petrovic against Sheffield away. I'm expecting a clean sheet here, but if not, then a few saves would be nice. For my defense, I currently plan on starting Udogi, Aitnuri, and Gusto. Udogi has Force at home, which I think he could get a clean sheet from. Force has been scoring in consecutive games, but the opponents haven't been as strong as Spurs, so let's see how this game will go. Aitnuri has West Ham at home. I'm looking forward to watching him for this game with how advanced he plays as a wingback, even scoring in the previous game against Burnley. Gusto has Sheffield away. Up against a weaker team, he could move up a lot more and create chances which he specializes in, so I think there's a good chance he gets a return this game. These three have a lot of attacking potential as wingbacks and could potentially provide attacking returns for sure. For my midfield, I have Son, Palmer, Saka, and Salah. Son has Forest at home, which instantly makes him a captaincy option for me. He didn't really do much in the West Ham game, but I think this week should be different. Palmer has Sheffield away, a captaincy option as well against one of the weakest defenses in the league. He's on penalties and is the focal point of Chelsea's attack. So if things go their way, he should be able to get another haul. Saka has Brighton away. He was pretty much non-existent during the City game, but a game against Brighton, who are one of the teams who are quite attacking and play quite high up. Once a mistake happens, it should provide some open spaces for him to score or even assist from. That's just how I see the game going, and I hope that actually comes true. He he could be another captaincy option for this week. For Salah, he has United away from home. He did blank in a reverse fixture, but he still has a great scoring record against them, so I believe he could get something from this game. He's also a captaincy option for sure. For my forwards, I have Muniz, Holland, and Isak. Muniz has Newcastle at home. He's in amazing scoring form. 8 goals in 9 games is a number we usually expect to see from players like Holland and Salah. Newcastle have lost a few defensive options in their defense, so it'll be considerably weaker from now on. Muniz could take advantage of this, so I'll look forward to see him score in this game. Holland has Palace away. City haven't really created a lot of chances for him in recent games, which is the reason why he hasn't been scoring as much as usual. The opponents were Arsenal and Liverpool, so I guess it was fine. Palace should be a bit easier, but they're still an opponent with a decent defense. I won't be expecting too much from him this week. And Isak has Fulham away, another one of my players who is in hot scoring form. He's probably one of my favorite captaincy options for this week. Speaking of captaincy, I'd rank my favorite captains from best to least favorite, starting with Salah, Isak, Palmer, Son, and then Saka, in that particular order. The current plan for me is to replace my injured players as soon as possible. That is Areola and Lascelles. I haven't really decided on bringing Onana or Verbruggen for Areola, but I think it's going to be Onana. Having Onana would ensure that I have a starting goalkeeper ready at all games, but will reduce my transfer budget significantly, and I wouldn't be able to get the more expensive options for other positions. Having Verbruggen would be the opposite. He's a risk that is involved. He's a risk, a minutes risk, and he's involved in a team with an ongoing goalkeeper rotation. He does help me with ensuring that I keep my transfer budget higher, but that's the only positive that I can think of. For Lascelles, I haven't made the transfer, but I'm already 100% sure that I'm going to transfer him out for Van Hag. If I do end up with Onana and Van Hag, that would add my number of Game 37 doublers to 10. That number will increase in the next few weeks as I plan to bring in even more doublers for the eventual Game 37 bench boost that I plan to do. And that wraps up this week's team selection video. Good luck to everyone for Game 32. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to be updated on my latest uploads. I'll be uploading every week, so stay tuned. Leave a comment if you'd like, and thanks for watching the video.